Hey, what is up, Yugi fam? Hope everybody is doing well. Happy New Year. Hope everybody's enjoyed their time off with their friends and family. So, I have a really cool video for you guys today, and it's a video of Glad Beast. Tri-brigade Glad Beast is the deck profile that I'll be showcasing for you guys today. It's still definitely something in the works. I'm not sure if I 100% have the deck where I want it to be. It's I feel like it's almost there. It just takes some more testing. I feel like more experimenting with different ratios, different cards and whatnot. But I think I have a pretty solid list to share with you guys. Um, and I think if you're a fan of the deck, you'll be happy with it. If you guys do enjoy videos like these where I do go in depth with deck profiles and we'll be doing test hands at the end as always. Please consider subscribing and liking the video. That would be much appreciated. We recently hit 800 subscribers, which I do very much appreciate. Thank you guys so much for the support and all the positive feedback. So before we get started, these oversleeves are from Imperium Duelist because, I know people are going to be asking, as always, on every video, which is nice. These are the new ones. They really look amazing with fusion monsters. They look absolutely amazing. They have the so much purple, and it really just pops out. It looks amazing. So yeah, Imperium Duelist. I think they restocked. I'm not sure if they sold out again, but I think they restocked on these. So, but if not, maybe just keep a lookout, keep checking back, see if they become available. But yeah, let's get right into the deck though. So just a couple of things about the deck. I think that this deck is pretty competitive. I think it can put up some really cool boards. I played Glad Beast back when when the new wave of support was released. I think it has been 2.5 years now, maybe a little over. I think no, I think 2.5 years. Not 2.5, maybe a little, definitely over 2 years, because I remember Orcus was still a deck. So was Salad. So was Striker. Luna Lights was a deck. Like yeah, it's definitely that old. But the deck, I always went. I feel like X2 in all the tournaments. I was always so close until the last round. I would be X1 and then I would lose the last round. I think the deck just lacked like superior extenders, stuff that can really help you play through cards like Nibiru, because Nibiru was a big hit for this deck. It was a huge weakness, but I think with the Tri-brigades, it sort of mitigates it. It doesn't completely get rid of it, obviously, but I think having the Tri-brigades definitely helps in the deck. So enough babbling, let's get right into it. We have the best normal summon by far in the deck. The reason that I really wanted to play the deck is actually Rescue Cat, especially because of this new adorable artwork. But yeah, Rescue Cat is probably, it's the only, well, it's not the only one card combo, but it's your best one card combo. Technically, Fractal is a one card combo as well. So, but this is the best one card combo because it gets you into both your engines. It gets you Kit from the deck as well as a Glad Beast, so that way you can link into Test Panther and then get the Foolish with Kit and get the Search with Panther, which is really nice. So Rescue Cat is definitely the best starter in the deck. So moving on to the Tri-brigades, it's a little weird with the ratios. You'll see why in a sec. So it's 3 fracs. This is pretty standard, right? You want to see Fractal so you can get your engine going. But this is the interesting thing. I'm running 3 Kuraz. And the reason that I'm running 3 Kuraz in this build is because Kuraz is actually really important. It's one of the few extenders you play in the deck. And it's actually a very strong, it's your best extender because it helps you play through multiple hand traps. So if you get impermed, ash, whatnot, and you have this extender in hand, you'll still have Tri-brigade plays, which is definitely a huge deal. So yeah, I definitely three Karez. I want to see this in my opening hand as much as possible, just so I have backup plays in case I do get hand trapped. Sometimes I'll hold this in case I get nibbed, and then I'll summon this after I get nibbed, so I can still play and still put up somewhat of a board. And then one kit and one Nerval. The reason that I'm playing just one kit and one Nerval is because I don't have the extra deck is a little tight. I'm not playing Almirage. If I was playing Almirage, I would consider upping maybe Nerval to more than one copy. But basically, the thought process behind this is you just want to resolve the Frac to send the kit to send the Nerval to search Karaz, and that's it. And then eventually, like later on, if you draw Fractal or Karaz again, then they'll just be good follow up normal summons. But in the beginning, you don't really want to see this in your opening hand. You just want to send them off Fractal. So that's the reason for playing one of each. For the Glad Beast, we have two Ondal. I'm playing two Ondal and not three because we're not playing the Rescue Cat version of the deck. Otherwise, I'd play three. For the one-ofs, we have one Bestiari. Oh, by the way, we're still playing the vanillas, and we're playing two copies because we're still playing Unexpected Die. That's the only reason we're playing it. So one Bestiari, one Equest, one Atorix. This is Samnite. This is the level 3 beast that you summon off kit. I don't have my copy yet, so this is the proxy for Samnite. It's just a level 3 gladiator beast that's a beast type. It has a cool effect where if it's special summoned by the effect of a Glad Beast monster and it destroys a monster by battle, it searches any Glad Beast card. And it sounds great, but it's way too slow. The only reason you're running it is for Rescue Cat. We have two Augustus. Obviously, you want to play two because if you draw one, it's really bad. It's terrible actually to not have a second copy in the deck because this is mainly what you want to summon off Test Panther. And then, hopefully get into your Tamer Editor. And then lastly, we have one Vespiasis. So this card is mainly in here for Atorix, because when you summon Atorix, you can send this from the deck to the grave, so that way Atorix becomes its level. And that way you can go into Tamer Editor, because Tamer Editor requires level 5 or higher Glad Beast. And I guess I'll throw this with the Glad Beast as well. We're running 2 Test Tiger for the extenders. So that's another extender that you play in the deck. DPE is broken, so we're running it. And then we have 3 Unexpected Die. This is for the Ondal. I think this is one of the better extenders because Ondal is 1900, and this doesn't prevent your Ondal from attacking, so that sometimes can be very relevant. And then also, like, if you open this and Rescue Cat, it's nice because if they happen to have the Imperm and the Imperm Rescue Cat, you still have the Ondal and the Rescue Cat to be able to go into either Ferrijit, depending on what you opened up with, or the Test Panther. 3 Comeback, it's not once per turn. It's Monster Reborn, or it can summon from hand as well, and that monster can't be destroyed. The Gladiator Beast can't be destroyed by battle. I really hate the that little setback. It says that you can't special summon something with the same type that's already on the field. So if you have a Beast Warrior on the field, you can't summon a Beast Warrior from hand or grave with this card. So it is a bit restrictive, but it's still too good not to play. 3 Fusion Destiny. 2 Tactics. I'm trying to push through hand traps as best as I can, so I'm running 2. Mainly to... I think that my favorite effect, honestly, when you're going first, is to be able to rip a card. So if I do have enough extenders, that's mainly what I'm using this for. But going second, it's really nice because you could just take an Appaloosa, or you can take like any monster pretty much. You can bait out a DPE, and you can use that monster as link material for your Test Panther, because Test Panther is a Glad Beast and any monster. For the one-ofs, we have 1 Tanky, 1 Foolish. This is just a Foolish kit, Nerval, to be able to get a search. So it's a pseudo-starter. 1 Called By, Reborn, and then I'm playing 1 Trap, and that's the Gladiator Beast Charge. So this is a really cool card that you can search. So if you hard draw, like say the Comeback, because you're playing 3 copies, and your hand is like really good, and you don't need to search a Glad Beast monster or the spell with Panther. You could just search this, and this says target face up cards on the field up to the number of Gladiator Beast monsters you control with different names, and then destroy them. So it's a nice in main deck out to Mystic Mine as well. So that is it for the main deck. It's 40 cards. For the extra deck, we have 2 Tamer Editor. This guy's the original Agripane. He's really strong. Just summons any Glad Beast from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. It's not even a hard once per turn. So if you link this off and you bring it back with Monster Reborn or Comeback, you can use its effect again. Dalmatianus, this guy's really strong. It's a monster negate. I wish it was an Omni Negate. Oh my god, if this guy was an Omni Negate, I said this back then too, but anyway, I think what's really strong about this card is not only is it a monster negate, but it can control the battle phase, and by that I mean that it can control which of your opponent's monster attacks. You can control which monster your opponent attacks. So if they declare an attack, you can redirect the attack to him. He's 3,500. So if they don't read this card and they just declare attack on, say like your Verte Anaconda, because it's 500 attack, you could just redirect the attack to this. It's a really powerful effect. But the thing is, once your opponent reads it, they're never gonna do it again. So it's kind of like a one-trick pony in that sense, where once your opponent knows what it does, they're not gonna attack without keeping this in mind, obviously. So, but it is nice that it has that. People do forget. But yeah, other than that, it's a monster negate. It's 3,500 attack, which is a great beater. And then we have one Geyseris for the last Glad Beast that you run. This card's amazing. When it tags out to 2 Glad Beasts after battles, pops 2 cards on summon, and then the last fusion is DPE. For the links, we have 2 Test Panther. This is a very, very strong link too for the archetype. On summon, searches any Glad Beast card, and then it can tag out your Glad Beast. It's just a very, very solid link too. So one of the inherent weaknesses of this deck is that these Glad Beast cards, they don't do anything by themselves on summon. They all have the battle phase tag out effect, but that's way too slow, obviously, in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! But the Test Panther sort of fixes it, where it can, force out the Glad Beast effects. Yeah, that's one of the weaknesses of this deck. That's also why I'm not playing Darius. I'm not playing this card because although it is very, very powerful, it can reborn like another Glad Beast card. I found that the others were more important, and I didn't want to clog up on all these Glad Beasts. It's just unfortunate that they are bricks. You don't want to draw multiples of those cards. You want to draw maybe one. Unexpected Die is actually the best card because it special summons an Ondal, and it doesn't require your normal summon. But yeah, Test Panther definitely helps so much with some of the deck's inherent weaknesses. That's why the card's so good. One, Dragasis. So because we're playing Tri-brigades, Tri-brigades can summon this guy out of the extra deck, and then Tris can. So if you like go Frack, send Nerval, or send Kit, send Nerval, and then add another Frack, you can normal summon Fractail, and then banish 2, summon this guy, and then you have your Test Panther. Or you can just summon this guy to attack, and then he tags out into two Glad Beasts as well. Super good card. Can't be destroyed by battle, which is nice. Then we have one Farragut. This card's so good, even in this deck. 1 double Dragon Lords, and then the last link 2 we have is Verte. Our link 4 is Appaloosa. One Shurig. I want to play multiples of this card. You could argue that you don't have to play 2 Tamer Editor, or maybe not 2 Dalmatianus, but I just want to have the 2 copies of each. Just in case we get into a grind game, just in case if this gets hit with a Solemn Strike, I want to have another copy in the extra deck. But yeah, I would like to play another Shurig, but I think 1 right now is fine. But Shurig is one of my favorite extra deck monsters because it acts as a very good form of removal. It's a big beater, But sometimes in weird situations, you just summon this to link it off so you could get a search. It's just so good that it searches when it gets sent to the grave. And then we have one Axis Code Talker. So that is it for the main and extra deck, guys. Let's get right into some test hands. Alright guys, first test hand we just power shuffled. So hopefully we can showcase some really good test hands for you guys today. See what the deck can do. And if it helps, please let me know if these test hands do help you play the deck. Maybe give you a better idea of how the deck functions. Let me know. Always happy to help. So let's give a quick cut. First test hand, we have Tactics, Reborn, Rescue Cat, Kuraz. That's pretty nice. Pretty solid test hand. We have the Kuraz, we have the Reborn, which is nice, and we have the best starter. Look how adorable Rescue Cat looks. So normal summon Rescue Cat, we'll use the effect here. We're going to summon the Sam Knight as well as Kit. So we'll summon Kit, and then we'll summon the Sam Knight here. Okay, and then we'll go right into a link 2 of our Test Panther. We'll go Chain Link 1 Test Panther, Chain Link 2 Kit. Let me put these a little farther down. And here's our grave right here. Okay, so we resolve Kit first to send the Nerval to the graveyard. And then we resolve the Panther. And in this case, I think we're going to search a Torix here. And now, new chain, Nerval effect. And we'll just search Fractal. Okay, so pretty loaded hand. And if our opponent did have the hand trap, we can retaliate by activating Tactics to rip a card, draw more cards. But anyway, let's just play it out. So we'll go Reborn here, and we'll Reborn the... Oh, actually, that's interesting. So we actually have to Reborn the Nerval or the Kit. We just have to resolve the effect of one of them, and we'll banish 2 here. We'll banish the Cat and Sam Knight, and we're going to summon Dragasis here. And then we're going to use the effect of Test Panther to shuffle back Dragasis into the extra deck to summon an Augustus from deck, and then Augustus will be able to summon the Atorix, and then Atorix effect on summon to send Vespius, so that way we copy the level. So we send Vespius, and then immediately after we copy the level, we're just going to go into a Contact Fusion into Tamer Editor, and then we're going to use Tamer Editor effect to summon Domitianus. And now what we can do here is we can go into a Farigite and then use Farigite effect to summon Frock. And then we can just go into Appaloosa. And then we can use Farigite's effect to draw. Maybe potentially draw into something a bit more broken. Oh boy, that there was no editing. That was just an amazing top deck. So I guess we could put back the Tactics here. If our opponent hasn't activated a hand trap yet, then we'll just add the Tactics back. We'll use Fractal to banish 2. So let's see. Here, Appaloosa has 2 negates. So we'll banish 2 with the Frock. And we'll summon a Double Dragon Lords. And then I think the last thing we're going to do here is we don't even need to summon Fractal. We could just save that for a follow-up. We'll just use the effect of... We'll activate Fusion Destiny to send Celestial as well as Dasher to the grave. Of course, they're next to each other. To summon the DPE. So that's pretty good. We ended with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interruptions on our opponent's turn. Plus, we have plenty of follow-up. We have Kuraz as a follow-up. We have Celestial Dasher as a follow-up. We have the recursion of DPE. If Frock survives, Then we have Frock as a follow-up also, and we can manipulate what they attack. So what I like about having this with Appaloosa is that, say we negate with Appaloosa, and Appaloosa is like down to 1 negate, so it's at 800 attack. Typically what happens is people want to attack over Appaloosa, but they can't because this guy can control what they attack. Their attack target, so it's pretty nice. So yeah, that was pretty good test hand number 1. Let's get into test hand number 2. Alright guys, here we go, test hand number 2. Test hand number 1 was pretty fire. I think because we just held the Karaz, it's nice. So like even if we did get nibbed, we could have had a play even through nib, which is nice. But anyway, test hand number 2, hopefully it's just as impressive or a bit more impressive. Okay, let's cut. And we'll start off with a Test Tiger, Die, Tanky, Foolish, and Fractal. Okay, so honestly, the last 3 cards that we drew sort of do the same thing. But Tanky could also search as an Atorix, which is actually really good in this situation. And then if they ash this, we have the Foolish. So if they ash the Frock, we still have Foolish Burial to get into our Tri-brigade plays, right? So I think what I'll do here is we'll try to bait out an ash as best as we can. Okay, so I can activate Fractal. Fractal is definitely what's gonna cause my opponent to react with an Ash Blossom, because it just fills up the graveyard. It gets your engine going. So people don't want to see that. So anyway, we'll start off with a Fractal here because we have the Foolish, if anything. So we'll go Frock. We'll just send Kit, and then send Nerval to search. We'll search a Karaz here. Okay, so from here we can go Unexpected Die, and we can just summon the Andal out of the deck. Alright, and after we summon Andal here, we can special the Tiger, and we haven't committed our normal summon, which is pretty nice. Yeah, we'll go Panther here. Panther effect to search a comeback, and then we'll activate Tanky, and we'll search the Atorix. Yep, search Atorix. Now we'll activate the comeback to summon back the Yondal, affect the Panther. I dropped the Yondal. Alright, so effect to summon Augustus from the deck, and then Augustus effect, summon a Torix. Then the Torix will send the Vespius from the deck to the graveyard, so that way it's level 7. Then we'll contact Fuse here by shuffling both these cards back to summon a Tamer Editor, and then the effect of Tamer Editor to summon Domitianus. So now we have that monster negate secured. Apologies again for this mishmash. So here we still haven't committed our normal summon, right? And we still have the Foolish. Let's see, what else? What else can we do here? What's the best possible play that we can make? Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We could go Shurig. Get an additional search there. Yeah, let's go normal summon effect. I think we'll banish 4. Just summon the Shurig here. I hate burning through Shurig, but sometimes, with interesting, you could make interesting lines of play, and it'll definitely be rewarding. So what we can do here is we can go. We haven't committed our. So I think we definitely go Farajit. So we go Farajit, effect the Shurig. We'll search a Fractal here. And then we'll go affect the Farajit, summon the Frock. And then we'll go into our... we'll go into Appaloosa here. And then we'll go Effective Ferrigi. We have a Foolish Burial. The Foolish is pretty dead right now, so let's see what we draw. Draw. What's better? What's better? Let's see. Foolish as a follow-up, or because we only run one Nerval, one kit. Otherwise, I'd keep Foolish. Maybe Augustus. I'll keep the Augustus. Whatever. We'll put back the Foolish. I'll keep the Augustus. Effective Fractal here. We'll banish 2. So we'll banish the Panther. We'll banish Ferrigite. And we'll summon double Dragon Lords. And then we'll use these 2 for a Verte. And this has, I believe, 2 negates. Right? 2 negates right here. This is our board. This is my hand right here. And then we'll go effect of the Verte to send Fusion Destiny, as well as the Celestial and Dasher to summon our DPE. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 disruptions. Again, with our second test hand, and we have the draw 2, obviously, which is nice. So that was pretty good. Let's do one more test hand. Pretty solid. Alright guys, last test hand. First 2 test hands were great. We ended with 5 disruptions, which is pretty impressive. And they were also disruptions that were great against a wide variety of different decks, because we had the balance with double Dragon Lords, which is pretty good against control. So is DPE. And then we had the monster negates against combo. Yeah, it was pretty good. I like that the deck can put up interruptions that are decent against any matchup, or relevant against any matchup rather. So let's get into the last test hand here. Let's finish strong. We have Tactics, Nerval, Comeback, Test Tiger. Oh boy, we said we wanted to finish strong, and we're finishing like garbage. And if we did play the Almirage here, we would have a play. Because we'd go normal summon, go into Almirage, and then we'd be able to search Karaz and then send this, and then summon, and then we'd be able to do something. But okay, so yeah, this test hand doesn't count. That test hand does not count. Let's do a true last test hand, a true final test hand here. This is the true. This is the. This is what I meant to draw right here. This is what I meant to draw. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, this is what I meant to draw, guys. Yes. Here we go. Okay. Let's go. So we'll go Tanky. Frock Effect. Send Kit. Send Nerval. Nerval Effect. Search us a Karaz. Oh yeah. This is I'm just gonna. No, I'm not gonna edit that out. It's fine. You know, those hands happen. So anyway, we'll go. Well, should we save the normal summon? No, we can't. Normal summon kit effect here. We have to summon. We'll summon Sam Knight, and we'll summon a Test Tiger, I guess. So we'll summon Test Tiger, and we'll summon Sam Knight, and then we'll go into a. Panther, and then we'll go Panther effect to search us. Let's see, what can we search? We have double Comeback, which is so good. We'll search an Ondal. Yeah, we'll search an Ondal. Comeback effect, summon Ondal, Test Panther, to send a Torix, and then the Torix to send Vespius, and then we can go second Comeback to summon back the Vespius. And then we can go Contact Fuse into our editor, and then editor effect into Domitianus. And let's check our grave really quick. Let's see. And now, well, we committed the normal summon. We don't have the pitch with Karaz, so we have to go Ferrigite here. And then Ferrigite effect, summon Karaz, and then we can go Karaz to I think with Karez we could go double Dragon Lord's Verte, or we can go. Oh yeah, and we could just put this back. So yeah, maybe that's the move actually. So yeah, let's banish two. Banish two, summon double Dragon Lords, and then we'll link these two off for Verte. Okay, let's give a quick shuffle here. Okay, draw card. Draw Augustus again, and then put this back, and then Verte. Send these two. I'm trying to think. Could we have? I don't think we could have resolved Tamer Editor multiple times because I know we drew two comeback. I guess we could have sort of played it out a bit differently, but I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, we still end with a pretty decent board here. We still have the Monster Negate, the Pop, and the Bounce. So no Appaloosa, unfortunately, in this hand. But I think it was still pretty good. Still pretty good. We still have the Dasho Celestial, obviously. And we have a loaded grave if we do draw any Tri-brigade. Yeah, I felt like that hand could have maybe been played a bit better. I'd have to like rewatch the video and see what I could have done differently. But anyway, we'll end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. Thank you. Give me your feedback. Let me know if you guys enjoy videos like these, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.